What's up everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Atang and this is Unbox with Atang. Now I'm just gonna go straight into it, and from the title of the video you can tell that today I'm going to share with you guys my experience of traveling from New York to Botswana. Now obviously this is during Corona, so a lot of people have reached out to me in the DMs and they've asked me a lot of questions pertaining the different kinds of requirements that are required for, coming into Botswana. So that's the reason why I just decided to share this vlog with you guys to kind of just show you how it is to travel during Corona, and to also help Botswana who want to go back to Botswana with information as to how you can get home. All right guys, so now I was traveling from New York to Washington DC to Zambia, and then finally to Botswana via KwaZulu. So throughout this whole vlog, that's the whole experience that you're going to see. Now unfortunately this vlog is so long, so I've decided to cut it up into different parts. There might be 2 parts or 3 parts, I'm still not sure yet. So but yeah, let's start. Alright guys, so for me, I was based in New York prior to my travel, and unfortunately because you could only use Ethiopian Airlines to go to Zambia, I had to drive to Washington DC on the day of my departure, because unfortunately Ethiopian Airlines does not leave from JFK or the other airport in Queens, LaGuardia. So what happened is we woke up at 3 a.m. in the morning and we began the drive. The drive was about between 4 and 5 hours, honestly. And I honestly didn't mind the drive because I like road trips, actually. So this was kind of like a little mini road trip prior to the flight.
In 1.8 miles, keep left to merge onto Northern Parkway west toward New York.
So on the way to DC, it was fun. Honestly, driving from New York to DC is, some people do it more regularly than others. And what was interesting on the way is I realized that, the roads here are different from Botswana. So I shared some information with you guys that you'll see in the vlog soon now. Okay guys, so I want to show you guys something about roads in New York, right? So you see this double line over here. So the lane on this side is called an HOV lane. It's a high occupancy vehicle lane, and not usually, but the law is that cars that have 2 or more people can use this lane. So which means that they're promoting carpooling and reduction of emissions. So yeah, I think it's kind of cool. So if you're driving on this lane, this side, you can cross onto this side if it's still solid. You have to wait for it to not be solid. So yeah, I thought that was a cool thing. It was pretty cool when I first learned it, so I just wanted to show you guys how interesting the roads are in New York. So right now we moved over to the HOV lane because there's like 2 of us in the car, so which means there's less traffic on this side. So yeah. Hey guys, we are in Delaware now. We are going to take a little quick break. I need to pee. Get some coffee. Honestly, we don't drink coffee, but we didn't sleep. We left really early, so we're gonna have to get some coffee. Just this one time. Alright, I will just show you guys around. Honestly, it's not anything. it's just the parking lot. There's a Biden Welcome Center. Okay, fine, Biden 2020. And there's a Starbucks over there. I think there's a Burger King, Popeyes, something like that. But yeah, so I'll show you guys. Hold up. Alright, so that's the Biden Welcome Center. I don't know if you can see it. Let me try to zoom in. Alright, that's as much as I can get. So this is Delaware. And yeah, it's just a parking lot, really. Nothing much. We're gonna go over there and get some coffee. This is our ride for the day. Nice Mustang. It's today. Anyways, all right, guys. I will talk to you guys when I get to the airport in DC. All right, later. Alright guys, finally after the long drive to Washington DC airport, it's called Dallas or Dulles. I honestly do not know how to pronounce it. The GPS was saying it one way and then the people there were saying it another way. Whatever it is, I got there. Now when I got there, we took the car that we're using to like check out, and then we got on the little bus kind of like thing, and it took us to the airport. Now when we got to the airport, let me tell you something. I don't know what I was expecting. I think I was expecting more of the airport to be a little bit like not too crowded, but like some people here and there. But let me tell you, when I got there, it was full. It was full. There was a long line. You know, look on it. I honestly got there late. I was supposed to check in. I cannot remember what time my flight was. It was the flight at 11. And I think I was supposed to check in at like 3 hours before that because it's an international flight. But I got there. There was a long line. The time for the flight even passed and we're still waiting in line. A lot of people were complaining. There was so many regulations. Now, what Ethiopian Airline requires is, it requires that we have our COVID tests done, and you should have negative results, obviously. Number two, you need to print out your results and bring them to the airport with you. Now, a lot of people didn't do the printing part. People did the test and then forgot to print. However, some people didn't do the test, so which means it was just so overwhelming and exhausting and suffocating because people were shouting. You know how passionate Africans are. I remember just waiting in line thinking, yo, I'm gonna miss my flight because it's just a big mess. And finally, we just got to the beginning of the line. And when I got there, I had 2 bags with me and they were both overweight. Now, I was lucky because the lady that was helping me was very friendly and she was willing to help me. You know, I took some clothes from one bag and put them in the other, but I was still overweight. But luckily she was like, nah, it's good. It's not that much. But then I paid $60 for the other one. Now, before that, she was telling me that I had to pay about, $260? I said, no. I live in the Caribbean and usually you have to pay about, is it $100 for an extra, for like extra luggage or something? Honestly, I cannot remember. I don't even know what I'm saying, but I know like the flight that I used to go to the Caribbean is the most expensive in terms of luggage and stuff like that. So I was like, there's no way I'm paying $260 for an extra bag. No, I'm not doing that. I was like, no, it ain't happening. But she realized that she made an error and then she corrected it. Now, another issue that I had So because I was traveling to Zambia and I'm not a Zambian citizen, they were like, you're not allowed to travel into Zambia. Zambia is only accepting the residents and the citizens. And I was like, no, but my government has an arrangement with the Zambian government that Botswana can actually travel to Botswana via Zambia. I even had a letter. I said, here is the letter, and I'm allowed to travel. So the lady called her manager. The manager comes and he's like, no, you're not allowed to travel. I'm like, sir, call the embassy in DC right now. I'll give you the name of the person who I've been working with. And he was just like, no. I said, no, you know what? I'm going to Botswana today. There's no way I'm not going to Botswana. Go and ask your people. And actually, I pulled up my phone. I was about to call the man who was helping me with the immigration stuff at the embassy. I was like, no, I'm about to call Mr. I'm not going to say his name. Hello, sir. Boom. And I waited there. I said, you know what? You guys need to go check your stuff because I'm not going to do it. Finally, he was like, oh, okay. No, you can go. I was like, yeah, I've been telling you guys. And the thing about it is that I had the paperwork, that said this passenger ID number, boom, 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 name, boom, 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 is allowed to travel via Zambia without getting the COVID test. She will leave the next day, blah, blah, blah. She'll even have like a place where she'll stay and all of that stuff. So I was just kind of confused as to why they were trying to say no when I had the letter that had the letterhead of the embassy of Botswana. And then they're like, oh no, it should be coming from the Ministry of Health in Zambia. I'm like, but guys, it was stressful. Anyway, finally, I got everything done. I paid for my extra luggage. Extra luggage, kind of extra luggage, whatever you want to call it. I sorted out that issue, and finally, I had to now get to the gate. And honestly, they're like, you should run, you're gonna miss the flight. I'm like, yo, I've been here on time. Y'all the ones that delayed. I mean, I was not on time, but I was like 2 hours before. I was supposed to be there 3 hours before, but either way, I had enough time to check in. And they were like telling me that I should rush and hurry because, I'm gonna miss the flight. No, your flight is leaving late, either way, with or without. You know what I mean? With or without people like coming here on time or not. People had been there like way before me and that had been waiting. Anyway, y'all, it's all right. I made it through. The worst part that I hate about the airport is that you have to pass through security. Take off your shoes, laptop out, iPad out, watches out, jacket off. I'm just like, I hate it so much, and I have to honestly take off my shoes and walk on the dirty ground with my... I hate it so much. I hate it. It's disgusting. Anyways, guys, so I managed to get through that process, which I hate. And then you have to stand there like this, and then they literally like see everything. And I got on the tram that they had. I didn't know that this airport was big. It's actually big because I had to get on the little tram or train or whatever it is and get to my gate. And I was running. It's always fun to run when you're like, hey, wait for me. I don't know why I like it. Like every time in college, my friends and I would always run for the train. It was exhilarating, but it was annoying. But we did it anyway because we're always kind of like 5 minutes behind time. But it was kind of nice to just get there and say, I'm on this flight, check me. Guess what? I get to the flight and I'm still waiting there for 20 minutes before the flight even leaves, because guess what? There were a lot of people behind me that were also dealing with whatever issues they had, and it was just so stressful. But finally, I got on the flight. It was amazing. I had a whole row to myself, which means I could sleep. Now, the flight was nice, honestly. I had never been on Ethiopian Airlines. It was my first time. They have like the green seats. The food was amazing. It was very tasteful. It was well-seasoned African food. You know what I'm saying? It was... I enjoyed it. And the people around me were nice. Of course, I didn't really talk to them that much. Then I went to the bathroom to check out the bathroom because I always do that. That's like the first thing I do, whether it's a hotel, a flight, anything. I always go to the bathroom to like make sure where I'm gonna be doing my business is clean. Because I don't know. I guess I just don't like dirty things, you guys. That's why the whole security thing just makes me feel very disgusting. I mean, yes, the subway in New York is dirty, but hey, the first time I was in the city, I was walking like, oh my gosh, this place is so dirty. And then I became a New Yorker and I said, whatever, I'm used to this, just wear closed shoes and let's go. But yeah, guys, that was really fun. And I got to Ethiopian airport. It was my first time there. Had an experience. I was like, oh, so this is Addis Ababa. It's interesting. You know, when you're landing, you see everything. You're like, wow. I don't know what I expected Ethiopia to look like. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please, if you love the video, like, share, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit the little bell so you could get notifications when I put up the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching this. You know, making vlogs is the hardest thing ever. I always say that I applaud all the vloggers out there because, you know, it's, first of all, walking around, holding the camera on itself, it's just, you have to get used to it. And then at one point you're like, yo, I don't care, whatever. I'm doing this for my people. Let's get it. But thank you guys. Stay tuned. The next part is coming and you guys are gonna love it.